All right, we should be live on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all right, we are live on YouTube. It's a little windy, but it's not raining. First and foremost, can you folks let me know if you can hear me and if the sound is good, picture is good. It is a little bit windy, but nothing that the windscreen shouldn't be able to handle. Sound check and video check. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'll be right back. Let me double check myself. My controls. Let me wait a second for this to come back, because sometimes it takes a minute to come back. All right, should be back by now. Okay, we're back live. My controls on my end show me that the battery is charging and the headphones are connected. So I just want to make sure the sound is good. You folks can hear me clearly and see me clearly. 13 people here, 4 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. I'm just waiting for somebody to verify that you can hear me clearly and see me clearly. I can hear you and see you, so you can hear me tapping the ball. Jenny, welcome to the show. How you doing? How are you? Welcome. Welcome to episode number 669 of Walking with Purpose live from Red Morton Park, because it's gonna rain, but not until like after 3 o'clock or so. But I didn't want to take any chances going to the other trail, and it's probably a little bit soggy and muddy after yesterday's weather. Yes, you are good. Thank you, Jenny Sandler. How are you and yours doing? Husband doing well? Kids doing well? Dawn's doing fantastic. She's at home resting. I decided to get out early today. Today is March 1st, 2024. Today is my biggest bill day of the month. Most of my bills get paid on the 1st. That's how most people have them set up. So got up early, paid my bills. And AZ Prod, howdy, how you doing, bro? Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. 29 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of you. I love you all. Dawn loves you all. We truly care about you. You folks know that. We're one of the few genuine, and I quote the word genuine. We're one of the few genuine channels out here. I'm not saying that other channels aren't good channels, but we're one of the few channels that genuinely cares about everyone's best interest in our heads, hearts, and souls. And we just don't say that. We show that. We mean that. And Don and I both can't continue thanking you folks enough for continuing to support us during these crazy times. I'm gonna come. Give me a second here. Just walking by some workers. I want to be respectful. We really thank each and every one of you that are continuing to support us through these crazy times, and just know our regular content will be back soon. But people want to know about this story, and this is something I didn't want to talk about beyond yesterday, but something came up, and I absolutely have to talk about this, and I will talk about this because this is going to affect me. This is going to create a massive confusion. And this has now gotten to the point of where, people that want to take trolling beyond what it was meant to be This has gotten to the point of where now they're willing to put their livelihood in a severe risk just to continue this charade, right? Are we still good on the sound? Hitomi Honda, welcome to the mod crew. I'm back. I'm at work, so I had to go to lunch to tune in. Yes, good, says Jenny. Welcome, Hitomi Honda. We are all looking forward to the weekend. Glad to hear it. Please give her my best. Richard T. Haley, listening while I drive. Wonderful. Hope you have a phenomenal day. Hope you make lots of money, man. These gig apps are just getting worse and worse every day. They're just making it much harder for people to make a living off of them. To those of you that have figured out a way to make it work, more power to you. To others, there are many other things you can do to make money in this modern world besides DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, Walmart, Spark, to name a few of the popular ones. Excuse me. But I really don't know what to think about this anymore. I don't. And I shouldn't even be talking about this, but I have to. Whether I want to talk about this or not, I have to. I have to raise awareness to protect my business name, because now we're involving something major that will affect my name. And this truly, truly, truly is business identity theft at a grand scale. Like, I don't even think this woman realizes how much further she has just defrauded myself and the system. I don't even think she realizes how much more fraud she's just created. Now, I am basing this off of a live stream she did on Rumble this morning. Yes, it's Miss T. I have not seen anything posted on any website. All I am saying is what she said. I've also downloaded a copy of that stream, as I always do, in case she takes it down, because you can never take back words that you say. So that's why I always download stuff, because sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to delete your streams or my streams when I trash talk you. You can ask Coach Jay about deleting streams. I was right there screen recording him. And now Coach Jay is nowhere to be found, and he's threatened to sue me for slander and come and beat me up multiple times out here in Redwood City for talking about his wife, which I've never ever talked bad about his wife. All I've said was, I can't understand how any woman would put up with a guy like that. That's not trash talking your wife, sir. If anything, that's trash talking you. And it's not even trash talking you, sir. It's stating the truth. Right? The usual suspect clowns in here. Jenny Sandler and Rod Eli tapping the furry ball. Can I get a mic check, Eli? Do you? Yep, I do wash this jacket. And now I'm going to let you go. That's Coach J trolling on behalf of Miss T. Yeah, Coach J is one obsessed guy. He's still trolling on her behalf. I don't think that's Miss T. I think she's busy selling insurance to pay her bills. More on that in a bit. If I want to wear the same jacket every day, if I want to wear the same stuff when I walk every day, who cares? I'm just walking. It's not a fucking fashion show. I got plenty of nice new clothes that I wear when I go out. I'm taking a walk. So if all you have is, you ever wash that jacket, you wear the same shit every day, go and shove that where. Because your words don't mean shit. They don't. They don't mean a damn thing, right? And that's all you've got. And you got to come in here on an account to hide your identity because you burned yourself out here on YouTube, and so has Miss T. You both have burned your rights to be on YouTube, in my opinion. Sad, miserable people that have to take trolling way too far just to feel important, right? Really, really pathetic, right? I can't stop talking about this, and there's nothing wrong to talk about this. Be right back. Give me a second. Let me check one thing. All right. All right, we are back live. We're back live. Everything is rolling smoothly. Batteries charging perfectly. Sound is good. See, this thing can withstand the rain. It's all good. Everything's working great after that rain yesterday. And it's pretty windy right now, but you folks can hear me because of this windscreen. Without it, you wouldn't be able to hear shit. Thank you for calling us clowns. Coming from you, it is a compliment. You will remain losers, and we laugh at you. You were saying that to Coach J, trolling on behalf of Miss T. Trolling gone too far, which is now going to affect your livelihood and possibly put you behind bars for fraud. If you actually do what you said you're going to do on your stream today, Miss T. And Miss T, I can talk about, if I feel you're being a menace to society, if I feel that you are creating fraud, I have the right to talk about it, and that's not a threat. This is a public service announcement. So if you want to sue me for a PSA, ma'am, do what you got to do. But if you do what you said you're going to do on your stream this morning, if you actually go through with that, ma'am, there are going to be some serious, immediate repercussions, legally. We'll get to that in a second. Gabrielle Louise Martinez, GLM, how you doing? Did you hear about what Miss T did? Let me talk about it. So Miss T now has filed to sell insurance and create an insurance brokerage called Genuine Networking Association. So now she said she filed to sell insurance under the GNA name. Wow. We have just taken fraud to a whole new level. Whew. Wow. How many of you heard of that? I'm sure you saw my community posting, right? Keep watching the garbage people. For $29.99, I will send you a picture. Great stream, GLM. Moment of appreciation for GLM. Outspoken, how are you doing? AZ Prod says, Jenny Saller says, AZ Prod, losers collect insults because that's how they were raised. They are running out of insults, says AZ Prod. Tommy Honda, they are really horrible people. See, the fact that they're horrible doesn't bother me. The fact that they're breaking the law and they're basically abusing my business name and that's affecting my reputation, that's a serious problem. We're going to talk about that. That's why I'm talking about this today, because Miss T said that she filed with the State of Florida Department of Insurance that she's now becoming a broker to sell insurance under the Genuine Networking Association name, which is my business, and I can prove it. And I've got all the proof with the tax documents and everything, right? And here's the thing, what you folks don't realize. Just because I don't have an LLC doesn't mean I don't have the rights. I'm a sole proprietor, and as a sole proprietor, I still have rights. The only difference is, as a sole proprietor, you carry all the liability. That's all. At some point, I will become an LLC when the liability risk is greater and the business makes more money and stuff, right? So to all of you out there that think because I didn't file for an LLC or didn't properly do my business, the only thing I didn't even I didn't realize I needed was a business license with the city of Redwood City. And like I said, I've been in progress of fixing this whole entire mess legally with many various government, local, state, and federal government agencies. I'm in progress of fixing this whole thing. And I'm still waiting for the FBI to contact me for you reporting me for fraud, Miss T, because, I don't want to wait on hold for an hour to contact them. So I'm waiting for them to contact me so I don't have to wait on hold. Thank you for notifying them, right? I swear to God, this has got to be the most miserable woman on the planet. And that's not an attack, ma'am. That's not a threat. That's my opinion of you, which I'm entitled to state my opinion of you as you are a public figure on the internet. I think you're a very miserable human being. You're a very miserable and lonely human being. And you have to go through all of this crap just to get some attention, ma'am. You think these people really like you? You think they're really supporting you? Do they think you're really a good person with what you're doing, or are they just supporting anyone that trash talks me, ma'am? Have you ever thought about that for a second? More importantly, have you thought about the legal ramifications you're going to face now with your livelihood of your insurance licenses, ma'am? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. This is no threat. This is a promise. And I have the right to talk about this, and this is not slander. This is a public service announcement. Because you are abusing my business name. You're creating business identity theft, and now you're taking it to a whole new level by putting your own insurance license attached to my business name. The moment, mark my words, the moment I see any documentation of my business being attached to your license, I am contacting the Florida Department of Insurance, and I'm filing a report, a fraud report. I will also contact the FBI. I will also contact any agency to report your fraudulent activities. And here's the reason why. I am also an insurance broker. Haven't sold in a while, but my licenses are still active, and I sold many policies while I was actively selling. I have 2 California insurance licenses, the property and casualty and life and health. It's under one license number, but I have both of them. Tammy's forehead, I will settle for $2,000 and you wash that shirt. That wasn't really you, but if it was, I ain't settling shit. I'm not settling anything. I will see you in court on March 18th. And that's just for the small claims hearing, which is probably going to be dismissed within 5 minutes because you're suing me for fraudulently taking down your YouTube channel for impersonation, and YouTube took it down, not me. Whether I reported it or not has no bearing. All the rest of the stuff that we've submitted has no bearing. Do you understand? Right? Now, my emotional distress case holds water. Because that's what you caused me. But whether I win that or not, I don't care. Because the bottom line is, I've gathered all the information and I'm ready to file a full-blown civil suit. Which all of that will matter at that point. Eli, sound is shaky. All right, hang on a second. All right, we are back live. We're back live. Is the sound better now? Can you folks hear me better? And if so, how long was the sound staticky for? Is the sound better now? Can you hear me okay? Is the sound better now? Can somebody verify that? Okay, so it's coming. You hear me tapping this? Mr. Legion, welcome back to the channel. It is better now, but I'm still filing a complaint. James, you're here because this is serious stuff. Did you hear? You heard what Miss T is doing. Obviously, you're following this case closely now. She said on her stream this morning on Rumble, that she filed to become an insurance broker on her current license in the state of Florida under the Genuine Networking Association name. And I had to talk about this because of that. Who streams on Rumble? What even is Rumble? No, you're right about that. I understand that YouTube is the Hollywood. I get it, but we're not even here about that, James. I want to get your opinion. What do you think about her now using my business name to sell insurance under? I mean, what do you folks think about this? Now, if she wants to change her business name to Genuine Insurance Association, and change the star logo, then that's a whole different story. All she has to do is change a few words or one word. Well, she can't use Genuine Networking, period. She has to change the word networking and association, and then she can have something else be genuine, or she has to change the word genuine and make it a different networking association. And now I'm feeling some sprinkles again. It's not supposed to really rain for another hour and a half or so, but it is what it is. Tammy is out of control. She is a mad woman breaking the law. We have a complaint department. It is located in an outhouse in Florida. No, I know where to file the complaint online. I just haven't seen anything come through. She said she just filed this today. I haven't anticipated a date like this since the Mayweather De La Hoya fight. This doesn't compare to anything like that. You folks are trying to make this the biggest deal. It's not. The biggest deal will be when she ends up behind bars for now creating fraud through the Florida Department of Insurance and possibly even the California Department of Insurance. I agree, fraud. What is she? Is that you, James, under that Nick account? What is she doing? Will show up on a broker check as fraud. James, that's your Nick. I can't say that name. That's terrible. You know what? I'm going to tell Robert Reese that you came in on that account, James, the Nick account. That's terrible, dude. I'm not Nick, but I think he has a fine name. That's terrible, dude. Nick, your name is very very unprofessional, unethical, racist. You know, it would be funny if that was actually Robert Reese on that account, but it's not. Like I respect Robert and I respect all African Americans, but that's just that's terrible. Hitomi Honda, I love Eli's laugh. It's a sarcastic laugh. Because you know I'm tired of this shit, Hitomi Honda. You know that, right? You know I really am. Sound still good? So the moment I see anything that attaches Genuine Networking Association to Miss T's insurance license, I am filing a fraud complaint with the state of Florida. And this is going to be blown wide open. And, do what you got to do, Miss T. I have the right to talk about this. This is a public service announcement. There's nothing you can do about this except do the right thing and not create fraud. Then no one will talk about you and no one will file valid complaints about you. If you're willing to go as far and put your insurance licenses on the line to keep this charade going, then you're only going to get what you deserve, ma'am, legally. And if this is something you're trying to do to just keep me tied up legally all year long so you can have something to talk about, that's fine. I'll be right here with you. I am not going anywhere. I am not backing off. I am not stopping to defend myself. I will continue to watch everything you do that breaks the law against me, towards me, and I will report all of it. I will document everything and report all of it. Because you've done this to many people in the past. You admitted on your stream today that you used to be a troll on Kiwi Farms. And you said you didn't like who you were back then or what you were doing. Well, ma'am, you're doing the same shit to me. So you're not reformed, ma'am. You're continuing to lie to your audience, and they know you're lying to them. Hold her feet to the fire, man. She's gone too far. Additionally, she said that she's going to hire agents to work for her. And she's eventually going to expand and get licensed in California. And she said she was once licensed in California. I doubt that, ma'am. Do you know what the requirements are to be licensed in the state where I'm licensed at? California has the strictest insurance licensing requirements, and they have the most difficult tests for property and casualty and life and health, which is what you have. You have a life and health. I have both a property and casualty and life and health. Joe Burrow, welcome to the show. Great to see you here. And in order for you to be licensed in California, you'd have to take the test here. In pretty much every other state outside of California, because California has the strictest requirements and the toughest test, I believe most other states don't require you to take their exam, just pay the fee. So if you're not licensed in California, or you were and you let it lapse, which I'll check the history of the California Department of Insurance website. If you were ever licensed in the state of California, your name will show up on the California Department of Insurance license search. Someone can go right now. If anyone wants to go and look up California Department of Insurance, check license status. You can check my license is valid since 2008 and through 2026. I renewed it recently. And you can check out her name and see if she was ever licensed in California. And we can debunk her live on the air, or we can do another show and debunk it in the future. I'm surprised she got away with as much as she has over the years. I'm going to be the one to not let her get away with anything. I'm not going away. I'm not going to stop fighting the fight of what's right legally to not only protect myself and my girlfriend and my family, but every one of you that's had to deal with her ridiculousness, online and offline, or anyone else that you've actually dealt with that does similar things she does, we're going to set precedents here with this situation. And this is what's going to take my GNA to the next level, where we're going to help people take a bite out of the crime, like McGruff, the crime dog, but we're going to take a bite out of bullying and harassment and cyberbullying as well, online and offline. We're going to make sure that bullies like Miss T and Coach J never hurt another person on any platform on social media, especially YouTube, where it seems to happen the most. That's what this situation is going to do. It's going to set precedents for the future. And I'm sure you're rebroadcasting me, Susie, with 10 or 20 people. I'll tell you, you can keep rebroadcasting. It's all good, right? But would you bring me on a panel, Susie? And if I asked you directly what Miss T is doing, is it right? Is it legal? Would you lie to protect her, or would you say, I don't agree with what she's doing? What would you say? Would you lie because your audience is a bunch of my haters and you got to feed your content to them, or would you be honest? Right? Oh, that's cool. If you're broadcasting me, James, that's no problem. You're the only one that has my blessing to do it. That's all good. If you're the one that's doing it, James, I have no problem, because I've given you my blessing. I want you to have this story. It's important that a lot of the people you're associated with hear this story. Nick with the $1.99 super chat. Keep up the fight, Coach. You have a lot of support. Well, Nick, thank you so much for your $1.99 super chat. While your YouTube username is questionable, thank you for your donation. Hitomi Honda says Nick with the celebration emoji. Thank you, Nick. Is the sound still good? Be right back. Hang on. All right, we should be back. We are back live. Boy, it's starting to rain a little bit. It wasn't supposed to rain until after like 3 o'clock or so, but I mean, I'm feeling a little bit of rain coming now. Oh man, don't tell me we're going to go through this again. Man, the forecast was off. Maybe it's just this part of the park. I missed a lot at work. So a lot of work out sick, but I will donate or join members when I am able to. No worries about that. I really like your channel. Well, thank you, Hitomi Honda. No worries. If you can't afford to become a member, don't worry about it. Like, that's okay. I appreciate you being honest about it and being that transparent. It's not even necessary, but thank you. It's all good. And in the meantime, moderators, when I do members-only live chats on public streams, on publicly viewable streams, you can still chat with your moderates. It's just the members-only live streams that I do with Dawn. Even moderators need to have at least a $4.99 membership package. But no worries. Thank you. Appreciate that. Making it rain, literally, right, James? Like, your royal name of Jamie is the same name as the guy that created that phrase out here, James Cox. Hashtag making it rain. Hashtag I am a creator. Hashtag I'm going to tell you how good I am, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. You remember James Cox? He's actually still a mod on both my channels. I had some initial issues with James Cox, but him and I were cool after this whole thing blew up, and yeah, he's just been doing his own thing. He hasn't really done a lot on YouTube since I am a creator. Uh, it's just sprinkling right now. So I think we're going to be okay. At least I hope we are. I'm on lap number 2. So obviously, James, the fact that you've been doing a lot of these rebroadcasts, obviously with my blessing, obviously you really value this story, and so does your audience. Now, let's talk about this. Does hatred over someone that's right bring less value to what he's right about? Because it just seems like out here on YouTube, and in the real world this happens too, but more so on YouTube. Even if people hate someone that's being abused by somebody else, they tend to not support the fact of what's right is right and wrong is wrong. People that hate someone will hate someone even when they're blatantly correct, right? And that's the problem. And listen, I'm not trying to criticize your audience or anyone. That's the problem I have with audiences like yours. Now, there are some people that agree this is wrong, but most of the people that don't like me for whatever reason, and you don't have to like me, but do you have any morals, values, and ethics deep within and understand the difference of right being right and wrong being wrong? They seem to overlook. Well, why do they do that, Hitomi Honda? Why do people overlook right being right and wrong being wrong? I mean, there are many people. I don't hate anyone. I do dislike some people. I'd like to put it that way because I really don't want to hate anyone. But regardless of whether I like someone or dislike someone, even someone I'm not too fond of, if they're being violated, I will support them regarding that. But most people out here on YouTube, when someone's being violated like me, even though they know I'm right, they still say I'm wrong. And these are grown-ass people that are behaving this way. And I think they do it because they're just unhappy or miserable about something deep within themselves. People that are truly happy deep within themselves, that are good people, will always understand, right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless of how you feel about someone else otherwise. It's also mental illness that is possibly untreated. I think it's bully mentality, so that attacks other bullies so they enjoy it because they're miserable deep within themselves, right, Hitomi Honda? See, people that enjoy bullies attacking other people are just like the bully. The difference is they enjoy watching the bully bully someone else instead of they themselves bullying the person, right? So in essence, the audiences of bullies that enjoy that content of bullies bullying other people, they're in the same mind frame, the same mindset, right? They're in the same mental and emotional state, right? Does that make sense? Right. Yep. And this is why those people don't like me, because they don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the fucking truth about your mental illness or your depression or whatever you're suffering through, right? Instead, you want to project that to other people that you perceive are in a better mental and emotional state than you're in, right? Right? Now, I'm not a psychologist or a therapist, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together and figure that out, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And James, Feel free to ask questions. I will go back and watch your replay later. Feel free to ask questions that even your audience wants to ask. Let's do that. We can consider your simulcast like a live look-in, like a live look into a different sector of YouTube, right? That's the way we want to look at this, right? And Paul Martin, if you're there, Paul, stop calling me cuck, even as a joke, because I'm not going to have that, even on Jamie's channel. I like how things are going, Paul, and I want to keep you around, but if you keep calling me cuck, if you keep calling this the tale of two cucks or whatever, that's not going to fly with me, dude. And I'm the furthest thing from a cuckold, dude. I got a girlfriend at home. Her and I are always together. And we never bring in a third wheel, ever. And I know it's all in fun and games, Paul, but honestly, man, that's not cool, dude. Now, Paul, if it gets your rocks off to call me the C-U-C-K word, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's entertainment for you, whatever, right? What does that even mean? That is so stupid to see. Well, what the C-U-C-K word means, what a cuckold is a man that watches another man bang his woman while he's banging her. So it's basically, a man's woman banging another man, a third party, and then her actual man watching that other man bang her. I can never do that. That's not for me. I don't like to share, Ew. It's like they are 5 years old, right? And don't get me wrong. Paul, I've never not liked you, Paul. We've had our moments, right? But Paul, dude, are you like a 5-year-old man? So James, if you want to ask any questions, if you want me to answer any questions that your audience has, you can gladly put them in the chat here, bro, and we'll get them answered. What I'd like to do, James, is how about you poll your channel, you poll your people and ask them, what do they think about Miss T now attaching her Florida insurance license under the GNA, Genuine Neighboring Association name? What do they think about that? I want to hear what their thoughts are, and I want to see how honest these people are, whether they like me or not, or are neutral or whatever, right? What do they call you, that coach? I don't know. It's just a funny joke that started with JB Gunner 6 years ago. Eli, is it true that you asked your girlfriend if you were her C-U-C-K? You got that from J-Rom, and you got that from a voice message, right? And the truth of the matter is, as a joke, I would go around the house laughing and saying the C word as a joke, and my lady and I would laugh about it. We would laugh about it. We would laugh at how stupid these people are, right? But you also have to understand, James, that Coach J highly edits audios, right? And splices them out of context to make them sound like I'm saying something different. Do you understand? No, I did say that, although obviously my voice is there, but it's out of context. I would go around as a joke because, Don would ask me, why do they call you that? I said, I don't know, they're little immature kids. And I would just, as a joke, go around and say, C. I would just laugh about it. It was just a laughing matter. Does that make sense? 6 years, these people are really obsessed. They are. Yeah, so that clip that Coach J put out was edited. Yes, I have gone around the house and said that as a joke. And Dawn and I laugh about it. But I never once went out there and said, you know, I'm her Cuckold. I never did say that. Never once. I never would. And you know, Coach J is the biggest BSer on the planet, so you know that was highly edited. Wow, 6 years? Yep. He told me how the people progress so much within 6 years, it's like they are stuck in one spot. Sad. They are. Legion says, what a BFP he is. Will you apologize to Jenny for calling her mentally ill? Nope, I won't. I don't owe her an apology. She screwed me over, and if anything, she owes me an apology. And quite frankly, I've moved on. She's with you and other people. She's no longer welcome here. And if she can't own up to, her aspect, I'm not going to apologize. No, I'm sorry. I've already addressed all that in the past. If she can't get over that at this point, then it's never going to change. I'm not interested. Thank you. I care about her well-being like I do everyone else's, but I'm not going to kiss anyone's ass that can't even own up to their own shit, James. I'm sorry. I won't do that. Why not, Coach? She's not mentally ill, though. I'm not interested. She said a lot of nasty things about me. She's never once apologized. She's always been two-faced. She's never been a real supporter. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. It's all good. I won't be addressing that again. It's all good, not a big deal. They have aged 6 years but haven't matured at all, says Wilbur. No, they haven't. None of them have. I mean, I'm not saying I was immature completely when I first came out here. I mean, I was a mature person, but I made some mistakes that I owned up to, and I learned from them. I think when you first come out here on YouTube, especially if you plan on, doing this full time like myself, you're going to make mistakes because YouTube's a little bit different than the real world, right? You kind of take it for granted initially, and you don't realize what you say can and will be used against you. And once you learn that, you learn how to better position yourself and better handle yourself, right? So, quite frankly, I'll say this. YouTube has taught me a lot of restraint, and YouTube has actually helped me tone down my reactions quite a lot. He told me Honda says Wilbur. Yeah. Audio and video still good? Mr. Legion. If Miss T starts to make money off your biz name, how much money would you sue her for? $1 million. She doesn't have it, but I'll sue her for $1 million. And here's the thing, James. I'll further answer that, to be quite honest with you, I don't care about the money. I care about her learning a lesson. I don't want to take any money from anyone, but typically the only way people learn their lesson is when they go broke and bankrupt over the dumb shit they do, right? But when it comes, and you can ask your business partner, Sarah, that she knows me very well. She knows my head and heart. It's not about the money. It's about the principle of the matter. This is more about the principle of the matter, James. Okay? 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 Does that satisfy you and your audience? Okay? 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 Give James a super chat every time I say okay, okay, okay. Well, you don't have that. Give him a Cash App or PayPal. Yeah, listen. If Jenny wants to figure things out, she can email me. We can handle this behind the scenes. Next. No more Jenny talk. If anyone else has any other questions here in the chat, get them in here. Troll McTrollson, can I ask, how can some random take someone else's business name? Did you have a DBA, a business license? She can't just opt someone's name. Sewer. Well, here's the thing. Let that troll stay. Let the troll stay. Don't ban them. Unless they say something ban-worthy. That was fine. Let him stay. Here's the thing. If you folks did your research, and we all have Google.com, Google, right? You all know how to use fucking Google after all these years, right? You can find anything. If you all looked at Google, what constitutes rights to a name is use in commerce. Usage in commerce is what proves that. What proves use in commerce? Having website domain names and active websites, having Facebook and LinkedIn group pages, okay? I have email addresses that I use constantly, right? I've got YouTube channels, okay? That constitutes use in commerce. Now, my organization has gone more online, and yes, we do network through Facebook and LinkedIn and other places. We do networking. We haven't run any in-person events in a while, but we still do networking online. And we still have referrals going, happening online. It's all about first use in commerce. You're right. It's about first use in commerce. Look it up, right? I'm a sole proprietor. And here's the thing. I did not know I needed a business license with the city of Redwood City, even for an online and in-person networking organization. But now I do. So I'm in progress of getting that handled with them, right? And trust me, it is getting handled. But rights to a business go by use in commerce. First in use and also use in commerce. You have to consistently use your business name in commerce, and I do. Over the years, I was using it on my YouTube channel. And I'm Elias Melas, doing business as January Networking Association. I'm Coach Eli, doing business as DBA, January Networking Association, as a sole proprietor. Eli isn't kidding around. FOFA is the slogan, folks. What is FOFA? An LLC protects you from liability on a business if you have in-person business or selling goods or physical services. Right. So once this grows, yes, I can turn it into an LLC. Or even a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It's all going to go there. But right now, there isn't enough liability. There is really no liability on my business at all. So I've been running it as a sole proprietor. Now it's raining on this side a little bit. F around and find out. Okay. I just don't understand people who willingly make problems for themselves like that. That's outright stealing. As far as I'm concerned, you've been wrong, sir. Yeah, of course I've been wrong. And everybody knows it, and she knows it too. And now she spent all this money, and she has to spend more money to fly out here in 17 days on March 18th to face me in court. She has to get a hotel room, round-trip airfare, pay for a car rental, pay for food and all that stuff. I mean, honestly. And she legitimately thinks she has a chance. Now, this case is the least of her worries. Because now, if she uses my business name, if I see my business name attached to her insurance license, I'm immediately filing fraud with the state of Florida. And Ms. T, I have the right to do that. I can talk about it publicly. That is not a threat. That is not against the law. This is a public service announcement, and you can't do a thing about it. You can't. You can't do a thing about it. And your empty threats don't threaten me, man. Your empty threats don't threaten me because they have no legal water. They hold no legal water. You have no legal merit at all. Zero, zilch, zip. Genuine networking associated would, nope, it would not. You want to know why? It would create a likelihood of confusion. Nope. The United States Patent and Trademark Office would see genuine networking associated, a likelihood of confusion with genuine networking association. She cannot use the words genuine and networking together. She would have to say genuine insurance association, or she could say, you know, disingenuous networking association, like GLM on her stream was like, she could be the DNA, disingenuous networking association. That was great. That would hold true to her calling. I'll tell you that it would. How about the Superior Networking Association? She could do that. She could call it Superior Networking Association. She just can't use genuine and networking together. She can't. Because that would create a likelihood of confusion. Go and look it up, James, on the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office website. What other questions do you have for me, James? Anyone else? Get him in here. We're on the final lap. We are at 58 minutes. We've got 11 thumbs up. We've got 31 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the support. So does Don. And Jamie, whether you believe it or not, I know you're being supportive on this. I know this is interesting for you and your audience. See, this is something that you and I can work on together. And that's why I reached out to you, James. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. My audience loves this content, Coach. I know they do. They love the train wreck and the shit show, right, James? Of course they love this content. Of course they do, bro. Why do you think I reached out to you? This is right up your alley. Well, congratulations, bro, that you made over $100. Good for you. Check out the federal business laws and ethics. What do you mean by that, checking with purpose? They're ashamed to admit Coach Eli is already winning. I'm going to get you cucking with purpose because that's you, Coach Jay. And Coach Jay, go ahead. Listen, Coach Jay, read my fucking lips, okay? Go and file a registered trademark on anything that has genuine and networking together and a similar star logo. And I guarantee you everything that you will not be allowed to register it due to a likelihood of confusion. Do me a favor, Coach Jay. Quit running your mouth and file the paperwork. Stop running your mouth like a little girl, Coach Jay, and go and sue me for slander and file the trademark or pay Miss T the $350 to file the trademark, and let's see what happens. If not, all you're doing is running your mouth on YouTube like a little girl. That's all. No disrespect to women. It's normal for women to behave that way, sir, but not for you. You're supposed to be this good, powerful, strong alpha male, right? Are you juicing, sir? A lot of people say you're juicing. You probably are. I'm just, assuming that. I'm not accusing you of juicing, sir, but probably you're juicing. That's why you're so triggered, because people on steroids get super triggered. And you know what steroids does to a man, James? Folks, if you know what steroids does to a man, let me know in the chat. What does it do? You all know what steroids does to a man? I got to go back to work. The trolls got no game. Eli means business. True. Coach Jay just put up a pic of a pew on his community wall, Coach. What do you mean? The address she used to apply for the LLC belongs to a physical business. Well, of course, Miss T actually filed her LLC in Laguna Beach at some P.O. Box mailing center that was probably the guy that served me, the Twiggy 22 guy that they rented the Tesla for, that came 500 miles to serve me and only claimed he was paid, $50 on the process server for him. That's a bunch of crap. He's the one that probably set her up with that. Why in the world would a woman in Florida apply for a business license in my city of Redwood City, apply for an LLC in the state of California, then incorporate in the state of California, and then have her physical address listed as Laguna Beach at some P.O. box? Like, all of this doesn't make any freaking sense at all. Like, this is just all over the fucking place. It is. You're right. I've already done all this research and reported it, but yeah, good for you. A pew-pew is a weapon that shoots things. Okay, he's making more threats. It's all good. He's just super triggered because this time he got caught with his pants down. And he's got to sit this out to protect him and his wife legally from all these shenanigans that he instigated. Now, I firmly believe at this point anything that Miss T does has nothing to do with Coach J, or at least mainly doesn't. I'll wait for this person to pass. But initially, he's the one that gave her the idea. Eli, the mid-30s millennials, is a cat man. He's actually 40 now. You know, I have my opinions about the estrogen in men who love kittens. Is that you, ODN? You're right, Thug, says Wilbur. And AZ Prod says shrinkage. That's right. That's right, AZ Prod. You're the only one that got that one right. I guess he's suffering from shrinkage. So using roids affects, your emotional self-control. It also shrinks your balls. It does. It's a proven thing. Roids will shrink your balls. Folks, please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. I would greatly appreciate it. No, I'm not bullying Coach J now. I'm stating the facts. How is that bullying? I'm not bullying Coach J at all. All I'm saying is that there are a lot of people that have said they think he's using roids. I'm not accusing him of using roids. I'm saying I think he is. If I had to guess, he is. Because roids affects your emotional self-control. Men that are on steroids for a while will flip out emotionally more often than men that are not. That's all I was saying. You're calling them out then? Well, of course I'm calling them out. I'm making a statement, dude. I'm giving my... Wilbur, that's called giving an opinion. I'm stating an opinion. You folks like to take opinions way out of context out here. Way out of context, right? Give me a second. Let me check out the chat. Coach, he just put up a pic of himself with his tiny balls fully exposed. Are you serious? Eli slapping Coach J like a rag doll. Let's face it, Eli's telling you like it is. That's all I'm doing is giving my opinion. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. We're back live. A Sicily A10's in your chat, Coach. Oh, is that the thug dude? Is that A10? Is that really A10? If that's really A10, man. Well, he would tell you behind the scenes, James. If that's really A10, man, that's great to see you, man. What a trip, huh? By the way, I just did a poll in my chat, and the women prefer tiny balls. There's a lot of wind right now. Can you folks hear me? Like, look at this. Let me show you. Can you folks hear me? Look at how much wind there is right here, okay? This is where this thing comes into play. Let me show you folks, okay? Look, I'm right here. You see how much wind there is? This is, can you hear me clearly? This is how this works. You guys want to hear the difference? I do this every so often. I have to wait for another gust of wind. Like this. You see this? You could probably hear the wind, right? I'm not going to say in the you know what, because then you guys will joke on that, right? You see the difference of what the dead cat does to the wind? That's a live on the air review of this. He looks together with a little gray. The thug says Eli is winning. I absolutely. Oh my God, you guys are horrible. Now, I have no intentions of ever working with Coach Jay or anything like that. I'm not interested in drama, James. I'm not. This is as much drama as I'll tolerate because it involves someone breaking the law regarding my business. That's all. That's the only reason why I'm even talking about this. That's it. That's all. I'm not interested. I don't prefer anyone's. That is gross. Jenny Sadler, LOL. I'm kidding, says Troll McTrolson. Do we sound good, folks? Can you let me know? Put a 1 in the chat. The audio's back to being good. Thank you. Jenny Sandler says 1. I truly hope you see that this is just wrong. Well, yes. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's more than likely going to be a civil suit, a full-blown civil suit, after this is all said and done. But here's the thing. Okay, it's going to probably take me a while to, get all of her business ventures that are using my name shut down because I'm working on re-registering my trademark and they're backed up. My application is in. It will get approved. Once my federal registered trademark gets reapproved later this year, at that point, anything that she uses or that she still has up, I will contact website servers, I will contact federal agencies, I will contact state agencies, I will contact everyone. And everywhere she uses that name and get it shut down with my trademark. Now, I still have rights until it gets approved because I have use in commerce and I have tax documents and federal employer identification numbers and all of that. But when the registered trademark goes back into effect, that's when she's going to probably run and hide. She'll probably remove everything before that time. Now, she stated she's going to try to oppose my trademark. When a trademark finally gets approved, it gets published in the online trademark Journal Gazette, and then people have 30 days to oppose it from getting registered. So she says she's going to oppose it. That's going to cost her $400. So she has to pay another $400 to oppose something that she's not going to win, because I've had a former trademark. I've had this thing way longer in commerce than her. I've got my tax documents for the last 9 years. I've got my federal employer identification number since 2014, my seller's permit since 2016. She's not going to win. There's no way, right? She already knows she has no leg to stand on. Once that federal registered trademark gets approved is when either she's going to have things shut down by then, or that's when everything gets filed. As far as the civil case, that will be done in 17 days. And then we can all move on from this until my trademark gets re-registered. You understand what I'm saying? That's the plan. Jenny sent me an email. That's fine. I'll look at it later. I think you can absolutely meet the criteria for harassment, and if it takes time, that's okay. It will be worth it. I'm already suing her $10,000 as a countersuit for intentional infliction, business identity theft with intention of infliction of emotional distress. And, everything she's done will prove that. Now, it's small claims court. Her and I there's no chance for her winning. As far as my case goes, I'll present it as best as possible. That's what I feel is going on. It has affected me, but it's up to the judge. But even if I lose my countersuit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This thing will be all dismissed. And, if both people lose their case, that's it. Now, actually, if I win the case, then she can come back and actually she can appeal with an attorney. But then she'd have to pay an attorney and come back to California and spend even more money, right? And if I win my case, sorry, I'm getting this backwards. If I win my case against her, she can appeal. If she wins her case against me, I can appeal. But if it's the opposite, none of us can appeal. Do you understand? So in essence, if the judge dismisses both cases, you can't appeal. It's done. It's a done deal. You think she's actually going to show up? That's a good question. I mean, up until I filed the countersuit, I was thinking no. She'll probably drop it at the last minute. But now that I have a countersuit, she's trying to get it dismissed. But I filed a response to it. You can check it out on the website. And they haven't decided on that yet. But she's trying to get my countersuit dismissed because I think she doesn't want to show up. I think she wants to drop the case. And I think she's thinking that because now she's trying to start stuff up in Florida, she's thinking that maybe she can sue me there. No, she still has to sue me here because this is where she established this fake business. Anything she's trying to start in Florida is branching off of California. It's branching off of that business license she fraudulently got here in Redwood City. So the only place she could sue me if she wants to go the civil route would be here and in San Mateo County. She would have to sue me here. That's the jurisdiction of Redwood City. Because she's basing all of this off of getting a business license before I did because I wasn't aware that a business license was required. You understand what I'm saying? That still doesn't prove, use in commerce. That doesn't prove rights to a business. Coach Eli has Coach J hiding. Eli's getting a grip on life. Jenny Saller Lawrence said last time that she won't show up because she is a handicap. I don't know. Coach, will you bring back the morning rooster? I know your audience was asking that. I don't know, James. Maybe at some point. I mean, I could do that on the in-studio streams. I think the morning rooster is done, James. I still have it, I use a program called Sam Broadcaster that's tied into my OBS through virtual audio cables to put out any sound bites or any non-video audio I may want to put through my in-studio streams through OBS, but I don't hit the button anymore. The morning rooster, I hit the applause button. I don't know, dude. I was the morning rooster when I was running the GNA events and I was doing a podcast for the GNA, which all the you can go to the Genuine Networking, you can go to the Genuine Networking Association.org website. If you go to the .com, it'll redirect you to the .org, and you could go and look at on-demand programming there. I did over 100 podcasts interviewing people from the GNA, and I was the morning rooster. If you want to hear it, you can hear it there. That's on you. Anyway, get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. Lap number 3 is done. We have done about 3 3/4 miles, almost 4 miles. Still going strong. We are at 76 minutes, an hour and 16 minutes. 33 in the box, 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. She has an obesity problem too. Yeah, I'm not going to knock on that. She needs to take care of herself better. And if she has that issue and she's coming clear across the country, she did it to herself. She only has herself to blame for the position she's put herself in. That's all I have to say. Nick says, wow, Jenny, would make it hard to travel. I have the same problem. Sorry to hear that, Nick. And Jenny says the same thing. Legion says, Mr. Legion, Eli, we need a return to Millennial Monkey and Baby Z. That's not going to happen, James. I think I've permanently retired Millennial Monkey and Baby Z. It's okay, Jenny. I love me some fried chicken, says Nick. Mr. Jen, and we need Gen Alpha Monkey next. Oh, that's the Alpha generation. Yeah. Yeah, that's the new generation, James. Good for you. You figured it out, too. You looked it up. Belle Biv DeVoe is in the house. If Charles F. Gray, a.k.a. Atari Channels, if Charles F. Gray, a.k.a. Atari Charles, asked you for an updated BFP list, would Mr. J be top BFP? There's no more BFP list, sorry. What is Millennial Monkey and Baby Z? The story goes back to when my ex-girlfriend Dana and I, we did some content on my former channel that's no longer around since 2018. In 2017 and 2018, when I was dating her, we went up to the North Bay in Santa Rosa, and there was this fair. And there was like a consignment store there that was selling high quality stuff really cheap because, a lot of times when things don't sell at retail, consignment stores will buy them at a great discount and will sell them at a good price. And I got Millennial Monkey and Baby Z, both of them for I think 25 or 30 bucks total. Like retail, they would have cost well over 100 for both, 150. They're high quality. So I told Dana back then, I'm going to buy these and I'm going to name it Millennial Monkey and Baby Z. And I did all that, and you remember James, JV Gunner had a field day with that. He was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? He's like, the expression in Gunner's face. I mean, even I was laughing at it because I'm like, I'm just, having some props and just having a fun time, and people loved it. Belle Biv DeVoe, a Sicily at 10. I know, I can tell. Do you still have those stuffed animals? I do have them. I have them. They're in the studio room. Even Dawn's seen them. Dawn even asked me about them when she first moved in. I'm like, yeah, that's Millennial Monkey and Baby Z. They're still there. If you want pictures, I can take pictures and put them on the community wall if you want. I mean, that's like yesterday's news. They're too worn out to present in No, they're still brand new, James. I can show you. They're still fucking brand new. They've never seen sunlight. Like, my studio room has a window, but the shades are always closed. And I use special lighting in there. So it's typically either lighting from the ceiling or studio lights, or it's dark. So no, they're preserved. They are totally preserved. They look as good as the day I got them. Final questions, comments, or concerns. We're at 80 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, now an hour and 21 minutes. All I'm going to say is this. Miss T, seriously. How far are you going to take this? The moment I see Genuine Networking Association attached to your insurance license, take my promise that I will be reporting your activities to the Florida Department of Insurance. I will be. Trust me. And I will send them my last 9 years of taxes. I will send them my FEIN that's been around longer than yours. I will send them my seller's permit. I'll send them everything and tell them this woman has been committing fraud to my business. And I think you should know that. Here's another thing. One more thing I want to say before I go off the air. Okay, I'm going to walk around a little bit longer because I failed to mention one part. Okay? Here's where this really affects me. Okay? When I was selling insurance, I'm still a licensed insurance broker in the state of California. Okay? I just renewed my license, and like I mentioned earlier, they're good through January of 2026. You renew them every 2 years. Fees are now like $386 now to renew both of them. Oh my God, it was. But anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And when I was running my insurance business, I made most of my business through my connections through the Genuine Networking Association, and all the people that purchased policies from me back then. And some of them still have those policies, even though I sold my book, right? They bought them through the GNA. And they also know I'm still a licensed insurance broker. So by Miss T attaching her license to my GNA, it is also affecting me in other ways. It's creating a huge, huge conflict of interest and a huge confusion. Because if those people look me up on the internet, and let's say they want to look me up to see if I still sell insurance, if they don't know that yet, I could still actually talk with them about insurance. I'm still licensed. Now, I'm not authorized to transact with anyone because I'm inactive right now. My licenses are active, but I'm not actively selling. But I could still talk to them about coverage legally because I'm licensed. And I can refer them to someone. If they look up the GNA and see this woman is licensed, they're going to assume I sold her the business, which I didn't. You understand? That's where the problem lies. So this is affecting my insurance licenses here too in the state of California. And this could also prevent you from ever being licensed here in California again. You got to understand, Miss T, if you get the Department of Insurance involved with my business name, that's it. Stick a fork in it. It's over. I'm telling you, no joke. That's a figure of speech. I'm trying to tell you, don't do this to yourself. I have to protect my business, my brand, my name, my insurance license and everything. So yes, I'm making you a promise. I will be reporting you to the Department of Insurance in Florida if you attach your name to it. You said you were going to do it. I have not seen anything. I have not seen anything publicly on it yet. The moment I see information on this that I can verify is the moment I file my complaint. And also file fraud charges. And that's I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you folks, there are two industries that are the highest regulated industries in the country. Number one is the financial services industry that sells stocks and variable annuities, right? That's called the financial services industry, right? Stockbrokers, financial advisors that have securities licenses. Securities and annuities is what they're called, right? I almost got a license in securities and annuities, but I didn't want to go through all that. Anyway, that's the highest regulated industry. The second highest regulated industry in the U.S. is the insurance industry. And they take code and ethics very seriously. This woman does not seem to understand. At the very least, this is unethical business practice, but more so this is fraud. And they will investigate it. You want to put your livelihood at risk over a YouTube prank, over standing tall on the fact that you can't stand being rejected, ma'am? This is over a matter of rejection. I never rejected you, ma'am. I just chose to not do business with you or to not do content with you. Because, yeah, I heard some things, and I didn't like those things, so I bowed out. It doesn't give you the right to attack me because you feel I rejected you. You're a grown-ass woman, 57 years old, and if you can't handle rejection at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. You should really start carrying your safety whistle to blow if you get confronted. I'm not worried about it. Have a good evening, bro. Got to get back to deliveries. All right, Nick. From your house, I meant. Are you going to get a police escort from your house on the 18th? That J guy sounds unstable. I'll have that all covered by the 18th. I'm not going to tell them anything regarding that. But I'll just put it to you this way. I will be prepared. I will be fully prepared. But I'm going to make a prediction here. My prediction is this. Miss T is trying to get my case, my countersuit dismissed so she can just dismiss her case and not have to make the trip out here. But if my countersuit does not get dismissed before the court case, then she's going to probably try to settle this. I don't think you want to come out here, Miss T. I could be wrong, but I don't think you want to come out here, right? I think you're trying to keep pushing this charade as long as possible. Time's running out. With that being said, have a good one. I might be back later tonight on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. It will probably be late night. So make sure you subscribe there. Hey, Sabrina, about to go off the air. Doing great. I hope you're doing well, too. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.